expected when I first graduated from college was that I was going to get a job right away. Before I started with JobRift, I looked at companies on the internet and I found open positions and I would apply for them. After college, I applied for about 70 jobs. Of those 70 jobs, I heard from 2 places. After sending out all of those resumes and not seeing any progress, I felt like everything I did in college was a waste. I did not feel that college prepared me to find a job after I graduated. When I first sat down with Joe, my first impression of him was he was very confident, and I knew that he knew what he was doing. I believe that Joe could get me a job after the first few sentences that he said to me. The resume writing process that JobRift has you go through is difficult and it takes time, but the end product is so worth it. When I look at the resume that I put together before JobRift, I see now all of the problems with it, and it makes me not understand why they teach us to write our resumes that way. The database that JobRift uses is made a huge difference in my job search. And what they have on there is nothing I could have done on my own. If I had had to find those hiring managers on my own and figuring out what their emails were, I think I would have been discouraged and I would have given up. The comments I received from the hiring managers was, I guess to put into one word, amazing. When they saw my resume or when they wrote me about it in an email, they were very impressed at the format that I had. And they told me in my interviews, I haven't seen a recent grad with a resume like this. After we started sending out my resume to different companies, my first interview that I received was within a week. I was very surprised with how fast I got interviews after we began sending out the emails. Before working with JobRift, my interviews I thought had gone well, but I know now that they did not go well. The interview prep process that JobRift takes us through is amazing. It seems simple at first. You think, why didn't I think of this before? But it's just so helpful. After the coaching that JobRift put me through, I was very prepared for my interviews, and my interviews went very well. The day I got the job offer was one of the happiest days of my life. Knowing that I was going to be able to support myself and to have health insurance and to be in an amazing company that I knew that I could grow in, there's just no other feeling like it. Telling my parents after I got the job offer, I felt so accomplished, and I felt like their money wasn't wasted on me going to college. And I felt successful. And I was so excited to tell them that they wouldn't have to help me with paying rent anymore. And my parents also knew how much I was struggling in finding a job. And it was really hard on them that I was going through such a hard time. And so when I told them that I got a job, they were so excited. Getting my first job after college means that everything that I did was worth it, and I feel successful, and I feel accomplished, and I feel like I'm a worthy human being. The job that I got after working with JobRift is just phenomenal. I've learned so much, I've met amazing people, and I've learned how to be a professional. I know that if I hadn't started working with JobRift, I wouldn't have found a job. I would have found something, but it wouldn't have been in the field that I wanted to be in. It wouldn't have been in a company that I wanted to be in. It would have been at a grocery store, or it would have been at a restaurant. It would have been a receptionist. It would have been a temporary position. It wouldn't have been a long-term career. After I started this process with Joe, I found this job in, I believe it was a month. I understand that you can't just send your resume out into the internet and know that you're gonna get a job. That's just not how it works. My biggest surprise through the process was how fast hiring managers wrote back to me, and honestly how excited they were to help me. The amount of money that JobRift is asking people to pay, I don't even think is enough. The advice I would give to people considering using JobRift is do it. I would definitely recommend JobRift to my friends.